Hello there, this is AGP or AmigoGP and welcome back. So, all the cards have been revealed for Rise of Shadows, so let's get into some reviewing. Let's go down and down, stop. Okay, the first card is Potion Vendor. 1 mana, 1/1, Battle Cry, restore 2 health to all friendly characters. So, I can see this card play maybe in Warlock, because they need healing, because they are losing a lot of healing. I can see this in Priest, Big Priest, Mid-Range Priest, Light Warden. She's gonna be OP with this, because you could play Light Warden, Pyromancer, then play a spell, then play Potion Vendor, and the Light Warden is gonna be a beef warden. But all in all, this is a very good card to have even versus aggro. Next card, 2 mana 2/2, Dalaran Librarian. Battle Cry, silence Advantage's minions. Okay, and it's a 2/3. So, as the stream said, we are going to get Silence Priest back, and this is a card that you would likely play in that deck. So we have to review all the cards that can be silenced and see if Silent Priest can be good. So as we've seen, they will get some very big and interesting minions that you can silence, but can Silent Priest prevail? We shall see. So the first minion that they can silence is a 3 mana 5/6 Arcane Watcher. Can't attack unless you have spell damage. So this could be played in Priest because of the silence, but you could also play it in Mage, because as we will see all the cards, mages are getting some interesting spell damage cards or even cheap spells. So I probably could see a Machine Gun Mage with spell damage and maybe Arcane Watcher in the deck. But you could also play this in Handlock, because in the past the Warlock used to play Ancient Watcher, and that was 2 mana, but this is with 1 mana more, but it has bigger stats. So all in all, it's a very interesting card and we should keep an eye on this one. For Priests, we have a 4 mana 4/7 Hench Clan Shadequill. Dev Rattle, restore 5 health to the enemy hero, and it's a 4/7. That's very big. So it has the Zombie Chow effect, and it's only 4 mana, and if you're playing this in Silence Priest, you can silence it, thus preventing your opponent from healing himself back up. But why would you want to silence this? Because Priest is not known to be an aggro type of a deck, so it's not a problem if your opponent heals for 5. So, but this could be also played in a non-silence deck, or may I suggest a Big Priest with Divine Favor Inner Spirit? So, all in all, good stats and a very juicy, chubby minion. The next card is also for Priest, a 5 mana 2/6 Convincing Infiltrator. Taunt, Death Rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. So this is just like the Obsidian statue but without the heal, and it's a little bit cheaper. I have seen that in this expansion we are not getting a lot of Death Rattle minions, but that is not a problem, because maybe we are getting more Death Rattle minions in the future, or Death Rattle synergies. But this card is very good versus aggro, because they need to first trade and then summon other minions, but if they don't have minions, well, that is a problem. Also, it has a little bit of a health. I mean, it has 6 health, so that is good versus aggro, but versus mid-range and control they can just trade 1 minion, but they are also losing a minion. So it is decent, but I'm afraid it could be slow. But I hope I am wrong. All in all, very good. Next card is for Rogue. We have a weapon, 4 mana for 2, Wagglepick. Death Rattle, return a random friendly minion to your hand, it costs 2 less. So we have a decent weapon, plus with the Shadow Step effect. We have seen that Rogue has some value cards that they want to Shadow Step back. And this is another card that can do that. So you don't necessarily have to keep your Shadow Steps in hand. But the problem is, with Wagglepick, you don't choose the minion that will get back in your hand. So you need to also keep your Shadow Steps, but if you have only one minion, the minion that is with value, then Wagglepick will just give you that minion back. Or maybe it can give you Togwaggle back for more value. All in all, this could be seen played in a Lackey deck or a value deck. But in a tempo deck, maybe you want to get your Ziliax back, maybe, or even in a tempo Miracle Rogue with Leroy Jenkins. You could attack the face for 4 and then get your Leroy back after you have attacked with it. Then you can just go ham and give 6 more damage to your opponent. All in all, a very interesting weapon. The next card is for Priest, the Silence Priest archetype, Unsleeping Soul. 4 mana, silence a friendly minion, then summon a copy of it. So they are really buffing the Silent Priest archetype. So you want this with any type of minion that has a downside or a minion that has big stats. You don't want this on a taunt minion. You don't want this on a minion that gives you value. So it is a little bit clunky, but I can see this in other decks also, not technically in Silence Priest. Because I was thinking that if you're playing Silent Priest, you can play Sun Fury Protector. First, you play Unsleeping Soul on your minion, get a copy, and then you can build a wall with it. That is a combo, but it's a little bit costly, and you need to have the guarantee that your opponent has left you with at least one minion, because you are using 6 mana for your Unsleeping Soul plus your Sun Fury Protector. But if you are maybe at 10 mana, you could technically play your Arcane Watcher, Unsleeping Soul into Sun Fury Protector. I may see this card played or tested, but I'm still not convinced that Silence Priest can be a thing. The next card is Soldier of Fortune. Elemental, 4 mana, 5/6. Whenever this minion attacks, give your opponent a coin. So, this is, as you say, another target for your priest. Silence Priest, that is. But I can see this may be played also in a mill deck. How you say? Well, we still have King Mukla, we still have the other cards that can give cards to your opponent. So this card could be used in a control versus control matchup. You've known that in the past there is grinder decks like Grind Warrior or Grind Mage or even Grind Druid. So this could be seen played in a type of deck that wants you to mill some of your cards. And if the meta is heavy in control, well, we could see shenanigans with Soldier of Fortune. But if it is aggro, well, this card cannot see play, or it can see play in Silence Priest. All in all, it's a decent card. The next card is Proud Defender, 4 mana, 2/6. Taunt has 2 attack while you have no other minions. So this is the replacement for your Tar Creeper. Also, this gets value if you don't have other minions on the board. So if you play only this on turn 4 is very good. But versus aggro, I don't know if you want to play only this on turn 4. I mean, if you have other minions cheaper, you want to play those very fast and then trade and then play Proud Defender on an empty board. So I like the design of this card, and I hope that this card can defend us against all the aggro decks that may come with this expansion. Next card is Inferno. 3 mana spell for Warlock. Give your demons +1 attack. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. So Zoolock is a very interesting deck that has been in Hearthstone since the beginning. But now Blizzard is trying to make Zoolock into a type of demon lock. So in World of Warcraft, when you play a Warlock, you have demonology. So Blizzard is trying to create a demonology deck for the Warlock. So you technically want to play Refarm's Scheme or other type of cards that can spawn a lot of mini demons, then play Inferno into dealing damage and giving your minions +1. Or if you have a finisher or minions on the board and with Inferno you have lethal, it's still good. But I don't know if this could be played in a deck yet, but this is a buffer card and it is very interesting, but it's only restricted for demons. And the demons, well, are kind of meh, but there could be some potential. Ooh, 2 mana 0/6 Mana Reservoir. Spell damage +1 and it is an elemental. So as I said, in this expansion the Mage has a lot of properties for spell damage. And this card is very interesting because when you played the Rastakhan's Rumble, the Rumble Brawl, you had with the Mage a type of Loa or Spirit Totem that gave you spell damage. So this is the type of translation from that mini adventure. And in the stream, well, it was very good. But the problem is with this card, if you're playing against aggro, the aggro player will definitely want to kill this very fast. But it's still a very good card, and with cheap spells it can be very devastating. You can play Shooting Star, you can play Arcane Missiles, Cinder, or the new spells. So maybe this can find a home in Mage or even in Priest with Holy Nova, or can you play it in Druid? You could play it in Token Druid with Wrath, with Swipe, and maybe that's it, but we should find out in the future. Ooh, another Mage. Okay, so this is a Mage card. Another Mage card, because the last one was typically for Mage, but this, it is for Mage. So it is a 2 mana 1/3 magic Dart Frog. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion, and it is a beast. So you can discover it with other cards that give you random beasts. So this is Flame Waker, but it cannot go face. But in a cheap Mage spell deck that can generate spells, because we have 2 cards that can generate spells, I can see Magic Dart Frog maybe see play, because with the new type of cards that we are getting, a lot of minions have a lot of health. So if you're playing Blizzard, Flame Strike, you tend to have some minions on the board. So Dart Frog can just spit on them with 1 damage, killing them. So it may find a home in a mid-range Mage deck maybe, who knows, but it's a very interesting card. So do you trust me? Do you want to ride the Magic Carpet? It's a free mana 1/6. After you play a 1-cost minion, give it +1 and rush. So, if you're playing a token deck, Magic Carpet is the answer for you, but do you want to give your minions rush? Because with aggro you just want to go face, face, face. But in some situations you want to go face. You could also play Magic Carpet just for the +1 attack, so you can give your minions some extra oomph next turn. So this card could be very good or very bad. We have to get it to test it. Okay, Mad Summoner. 6 mana for 4. Battle Cry. Fill each player's board with 1/1 imps. So technically you are getting 6 imps and your opponent is getting 7 imps. So I think that this could be good with Inferno because you are killing his imps and your imps are getting +1, and also this guy is getting +1 because it's a demon. So, but that is a 9 combo-ish attack, and your opponent on that turn will have some minions on the board. But on turn 6, if you play it, it could be very interesting. You could trade them all, or maybe trade some and then play your Sea Giants if you're playing a token type of deck with Sea Giants. But I have seen a minion for Warlock that is very good. But the problem is, no, it's not a problem, because your opponent technically needs to trade to summon other minions. So they will trade into your Mad Summoner first. So you have the probability of getting some imps on your next turn that are still alive, so you can trade. So it could be good in your imp Warlock deck. I don't know, Steve, I don't know. I'm just very confused with this card. Okay, so this is with the Mad Summoner, the 10 mana Jumbo Shrimp, Jumbo Imp. Oh man. Okay, Jumbo Imp. Cost 1 less whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand. So this is the card that could make Mad Summoner very good, because you don't want to play cheap demons in your deck so you can get your Jumbo Imp. You could just play Mad Summoner, get a full board, then he's gonna trade, then your Jumbo Shrimp will be Jumbo Imp. Damn it. Jumbo Imp will be at 4 cost because you're getting 6 imps, or maybe 3 because maybe they can kill also your Mad Summoner, but still with that in combination it is very good. But I don't know if that could be very powerful. But if you can get this at 0, oh boy, that Jumbo Imp is gonna be a Jumbo Imp. Okay, next card. 4 mana free Kirintor Tricaster for Mage. Spell damage +3, your spells cost 1 more. So, if you're playing the Gun Machine Mage, this could be very good. But you still have the other card that has +2 damage and doesn't have this bad effect. But if you're playing cheap spells, why is that a negative? But if you're playing also Sorcerer's Apprentice and you have it on the board, it negates the +1, so it's still very good. +3 damage. You could play both, or you could play this and wait. If you play this and play Blizzard, Blizzard costs 7, but if you have Sorcerer's Apprentice on the board, it still costs 6. So Blizzard is going to deal 5 damage, so it's still good. So this is a plus and a negative, because +3 damage is very good, but +1 more mana for your spells is very bad. With Sorcerer's Apprentice that negates that is very good. I need this card to test first, but it could be good in a mid-range face mage deck, or machine gun mage, or value mage. But we just have to wait and see. But I give this a very good review. Okay, now we have Sunreaver War Mage. 5 mana 4/4. If you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, deal 4 damage. So in Blackrock Mountain we had also a 5 mana 5/3 4/3 card that also said if you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage, but this card deals 4 damage. But you have to hold a 5 cost spell or more to get this effect. So off the bat you could play this in Big Mage, but the problem is you don't have Big Mage anymore because a lot of the Big Mage spells are rotating out. But in future expansions, maybe you could play this in Control Mage, because you definitely will have Flame Strikes, Blizzards, or Blast Wave. Yes, that's still a thing, because that's in Rustakan's Rumble. You could play this in Warrior, because you'll have Brawls, but it's kind of clunky. You could play this in Druid because of Nourish. Still clunky. You could play this in Priest, because you have Holy Nova, you have Mass Hysteria. Warlock, not quite, but it's still a very good effect, and with future expansions this could get more value. Okay, for Druids we have a 1 mana 2/1. Wait, we just discussed this in the past reviews, but it's not Druid of the Acorn, is Acorn Bearer. Okay. The next card, Sunreaver Spy. 2 mana 2/3. If you control a secret, gain +1/+1. So Blizzard just revived Secret Paladin back. So you're getting this with a Totem Golem effect. I mean, with a Totem Golem body. So if you control a secret, this is a 3/4. And you'll always control a secret with Paladin because the secrets are cheap. They have a spell that gives you a secret on turn 1, if you have it of course. So all in all, this is a very good card, but it's very scary in aggro. This could also see play in Hunter, but in Mage, kind of hard. If you play in Killing Torn Mage, you play a 0 spell, and the next turn you're playing Sunreaver Spy, I could see that happen, but it's still very slow. But in Hunter and in Paladin, those are the only 2 classes that can see this guy play. But in Paladin, it's 100% will play, and if you hated the Secret Paladin in the past, oh boy, buckle up kiddies, this is gonna be a fun ride if Secret Paladin returns to full strength. But Divine Favor is rotating out, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for Secret Paladin to draw his cards very fast. But we just have to wait and see. All in all, good stats, good card. Mysterious Blade. For Paladins, 2 mana 2/2, Battle Cry. If you control a secret, gain +1 attack. So it is Fiery War Axe if you have a secret. Secret Paladin, they have 1 mana secrets, they have a spell for secrets, they get secret, they get Fiery War Axe. Fiery War Axe goes face, you can trade. All in all, it's a very good card. You're gonna hate Secret Paladin, and let's move on. Okay, 3 mana Blessing of the Ancients. Twin spell, give your minions +1/+1. So in the past, we had a 1 mana give +1/+1, but this is 3 mana give +1/+1 2 times, because it's a twin spell. And it is for Druids, and they are pushing a tokens type of Druid deck, but it's a little bit expensive, but you're getting two spells, so you can buff them twice. So it's 6 mana +2/+2. We just have to wait and see if Druid can generate that many tokens, but it's still a very good card, because you can have your Violet Teachers with it, or other cards that have effects from Casting spells, I forgot. There are a lot of cards that benefit from casting spells. You could play it with Auctioneer also. You could play it... No, only in tokens, or maybe if you can get this from a random generating card. The Druid has in this expansion is Dreamweaver, I think. Let me check. Let me check my book and see. Lifeweaver. Yes, with Lifeweaver you could get this, and it's still a spell with a little bit of value. But it's a very interesting card. Okay, now we have the Shaman legendary Scourge. 4 mana 4/4, your Murlocs cost 1. So, who likes Murlocs? You like Murlocs, because now all your Murlocs are 1 mana. So, you play this, you play your war leaders and you go ham to the face. Even though there is a taunt, you still want to go face. Why? Because Murloc go face. You are more than a fish. You are more than a man. You are a Murloc. Hear me roar. Or hear me murgle. Oh boy. So, this is very good because you could get this from a random generating Murloc card, but all of them are rotating out. But there is some cards that can generate more Murlocs. And this is a Murloc. So, in probability, you could generate this card, and then this card can be some very good value in the future. So in the future, you could play this, and then you can do that, and then you can do this, and then you can do that, and then you can bloodlust, and then when you bloodlust, you're gonna be the king of the ocean. You are more than Aquaman. You are a Murloc. So this is very good because we could get more Murlocs in the future, and this is the first expansion of the new year. So this card can be very good because you can have this for 2 years. And with more Murlocs being added, this card can be very good. Whew! Thank God this is a legendary and not an epic. Imagine if you had 2 of these. So all in all, I give this very good card. And because I like Murlocs, seal of approval if you get this from a pack. Don't disenchant it. And speaking of Murlocs, we have a new Murloc for Shamans. Underbelly Angler. 2 free. After you play a Murloc, add a random Murloc to your hand. Oh boy. So, as I said, you play Scourge, you play this, you go ham. If you have Chargers, go ham. So, with this card, you technically have infinite Murlocs. Also, you can get this from your Underbelly Angler. So, it's a win-win situation. But there is also the other Murloc card that has Echo. So on turn 10 you can play this and play the Murloc with Echo and still get some value. Also you can get the legendary legendary Murloc. So this is also a very good card, and you need this with your legendary if you want to play the Murloc Shaman. Okay, another Murloc card for Shamans. Soul of the Murlocs. Give your minions Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 Murloc. So, if you have a full board of Murlocs, play Soul of the Murloc, cause if your opponent is playing a board clear, you still have 1/1s that you can bloodlust. I so hate that Anything is Awesome is in Wild, cause now we have so much Murloc support that I want that card to be in the classic set. Come on, I want that Anything is Awesome in the Shaman classic set. Please, for once, rotate one of the classic cards and give me Anything is Awesome, because now we can play this, we can play Anything is Awesome, and who doesn't want to have a good time with Murlocs? I see you, Billy. I see you raising your hand. Don't you dare raise your hand at me, boy. Okay, the next card. 0 mana Mutate. Transform a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 more. So this is evolve, but only one charge. One charge. We know how you like to go ham with unstable evolution. We know that, everybody knows that. So this is very good if you're getting from Hagata, but I don't know if you want to play this separately in another deck, because you also have the Lackey that has this effect, but of course you need to get it from a random generating card, but still it's very good. And 0 mana mutate, I see it as a 0 mana get a better minion and heal it to full health. So it's a good card for me. Next card for Hunter, 1 mana rapid fire, twin spell, deal 1 damage. Wait, deal 1 damage? Not to a minion? You can go face? Well, with Varisa, this can be deal more damage. So we could play a face hunter or spell hunter face hunter / value hunter, because the cards are there, we can generate a lot of spells, we can generate a lot of twin spells, attack with the weapon, gain spell damage, and then, well, just throwing arrows on your head, just killing you with spells. You hate skill command that deals 5 damage? How about 7? How about 3 damage with my rapid fire? Oh, twin spell, 6 damage. So, all in all, a very good card. You can combo it with Hunter's Mark, of course. So, but the problem is you cannot play this with Zul'jin because the target, it is random. So, yeah. Also, you can play with Malygos. Just saying, just saying, just saying. And we are going to do a 2-parter, and this is the last card for now, but tune in for part 2. So the last card is Safeguard. 6 mana for 5, Taunt, Death Rattle, summon a 0/5 Vault, Safe with Taunt. So, who said that Safeguard is not good? This is just like Sludge-a-Belcha. So this is very good, because you're getting a 6 mana for 10 in stats. Also, it is a mech. You can discover it, but you can also use Magnetize with other mechs. Did somebody say Ziliax? Oh yeah, baby. Ziliax can become a free 7 with Divine Shield and Lifesteal, or it can become the Vault itself. Oh my god. So, you could also play this in Hunter, because Hunter has a lot of interesting new Death Rattle effects for your mechs. So this is very good. This is very good. This is getting 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Very good, very good. No, but seriously, if you're playing a mech deck, you could get this from Discover and it's still very good. You could play it in a deck and it's still very good. So watch out, because this can be seen in Hunter or Warrior. And with that said, thanks so much for watching, subscribe for more, and until then I will see you legends in the next one. Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.